Hi, I'm Mark Zipp at Crocker Farm Auction, and I'm here to discuss an outstanding example of Anna pottery that we'll be offering in our fall 2021 auction. This snake jug was made by the famous potting duo of Wallace and Cornwall Kirkpatrick at their Anna Pottery in Anna, Illinois, circa 1870 to 1880. And you can see how their work is really classified as a melding of utilitarian stoneware with the art pottery aesthetic that was coming into vogue during the period. It really is a remarkable work. This temperance jug, as with others, is evocative of the evils of alcohol and the idea that when someone consumes too much alcohol, they're literally consumed by it. And so we have this wonderful hand-modeled snake form handle. In this case, it's actually a rattlesnake, which is somewhat unusual in their work. You can see the rattle right here. And the snake has this great curvaceous, this sinuous attitude to it where it actually forms this hairpin turn coming through the handle, which is unusual. You don't typically see that dramatic curvature to the snake. And of course, he's devouring the man head first, who's trapped inside of the bottle. These other snakes at the base are waiting to participate in the feast. And again, there's this lifelike realism to the snakes that you just don't see in other potters' works. And this is in part due to Wallace's fascination with snakes. He actually had his own snake pit, and he would display these snakes at local fairs. So you see this anatomical accuracy to the snakes, this lifelike rendering, the way that they curve and twist and move. And that's all probably related to Wallace's own fascination with these animals and his ability to use them essentially as subjects in his artwork, while watching them as his own pets. This piece is really set apart from other Anna temperance jugs in its depiction of the pottery itself at the base. A really wonderful thing, this very detailed illustration of the pottery labeled stoneware and Anna pottery. And we can see two kiln chimneys in the back and a covered porch. More buildings and a warehouse here with this nice dental molding and numerous windows. Another chimney here and a porch right here. Really wonderful image. You don't see this design very often in their work, and it's exceptionally rare on this form, this iconic form, their most prized form, the temperance jug. The detail work on the man here on the front is really fabulous. And you can see the sculpting involved, the detail work involved, the nice lamb chop sideburns that have been applied and incised, the nostrils, the open mouth. He has this applied sheet of clay forming the hair. And the eyes are pupilless. It almost has this kind of classical, this Greek or Roman marble statue kind of feel to it. A very, very classical kind of formal feel to it in the way the man is represented. And you can see his coat even has buttons going down the front and disappearing into the vessel. Contrasting sharply with the hand-modeled work is this sprig-molded and applied figure of of a siren holding a lyre. And you can see that she's actually nude. She's got this kind of classical dress on. And the jug has these applied tabs with piercings. And so it's very likely that this piece actually had some sort of dress that was on this figure that was applied through a pin through these tabs. and that when the jug was tipped over, you would actually have the siren's nudity revealed. So again, this is the Kirkpatrick brothers being very bawdy, really pushing the envelope with their work, and that was their typical style. Things that really, elicited a response. Images that turned people off, or made them shocked. This is the shock value was largely what these two were going for with their pieces. We have two what they call nice young men going in. That's very often incised on these pieces. One with a cross-hatched, nicely patterned coat. The other, again, these details, you just don't see it in other potters' works. The sculptural quality of these pieces are remarkable. This one has actually crossed legs, which is very interesting. And a more formal coat with tails. You can also see a rat here stuck in the vessel, a dung beetle rolling dung at the base of the handle, and then this other snake here with tail curving up towards the siren, and another snake going around and framing the top of the siren figure. This is a fabulous piece with a wonderful publication in Richard Moore's book, discussing a lot of the symbology here that's involved with the piece. And this is one of only a few pieces that are actually pictured in a color plate in that book. It's a very famous book. It discusses both Wallace and Cornwall Kirkpatrick's work as well as George Orr's work, and the different ideas behind them. And the fact that this piece is so prominently displayed in that book really speaks to its importance. And we're very excited to have something that's not only just a wonderful work of the Kirkpatrick brothers, but also a piece that really has become famous through its publication in that book in our upcoming auction.